Live action Red Hulk is here.
Well, the logs show that you visited Camp Echo 1 numerous times. The scans, the EKG, the blood work was all taken there, sir.
It's because my heart was failing. No one could figure it out until he did. These things kept me alive. He got a lab to do the work.
You kept Ross alive for years.
Ross turned me into a monster. It's only right that I do the same thing to him.
Yep, Samuel Stearns, the leader, used his intelligence pretty much to make a Red Hulk. What if I told you this guy and Harrison Ford's character are the same being in the continuity? Different actors playing the same character. His goal, even back then, was to weaponize the Hulk, and I guess you could say he finally technically did after all these years.
Initiated a sub-program for biotech force enhancement.
Yeah, super soldier.
Banner's work was very early phase. He thought he was working on radiation resistance. I would never have told him what the project really was. That he tested it on himself. And something went very wrong, or it went very right. As far as I'm concerned, that man's whole body is property of the U.S. Army. One serum we developed was very promising.
Let's deep dive into his muscles. Tears out a street lamp and swings it around like a baseball bat. Swings around this flagpole. He can throw this same flagpole like a javelin. You can see how strong he is by how he engraves the shield in the ground. He has the raw muscle to easily lift up vehicles. He treats the weight of cars like lightweight. You remember how in Captain America Civil War, how Captain America struggled to move a helicopter? Well, that's lightweight for Red Hulk. He can just grab it, pick it up, and just toss a helicopter into another helicopter. Question you all, how much do you think this pillow weighs? You can almost get an idea of how strong he is just based on his legs and how he can launch himself in the air despite him weighing over 1,000 pounds. Yeah, he's basically flying. As you can see, this thick pillow on the White House, how much strength do you think this takes? Similar to how the Hulk was able to stop this 1,000-ton creature in its tracks, Red Hulk should be able to do the same thing. I don't see why he wouldn't.
You can rip their fleet apart with your bare hands.
Notice when he was saying this, these are the fleets they're talking about, like things that weigh over hundreds of thousands of tons. I totally believe that statement, even though it's just a statement. He's a Hulk. Do I really need to convince you that Red Hulk can lift hundreds of thousands of tons? And if you still have your doubts, but you don't realize that Red Hulk did something that pretty much confirmed he's a powerhouse in the MCU along with the rest of the characters. You see these little wings you think are nothing he's ripping apart? This is more impressive than you think. And doing this with just vice grip is a lot more impressive than you think, considering what this is.
Just dropping this off. I called in a favor from the Wakandans.
I got a question for y'all. When is the last time you seen somebody use vice grip brute strength on vibranium with their bare hands and crack it like this? Yes, the last time you saw this was Thanos. Remember that. Vibranium. Yeah, Vision's made of vibranium too. Just remember that. So believe it or not, Red Hulk cracking vibranium like this is way more impressive than you might think. It might not look super flashy because you didn't see him lift nothing super heavy up, but this pretty much classes him with those Thanos Hulkish MCU levels of power just from that alone in raw muscle. Just from that, without even seeing nothing else. Red Hulk is probably somewhere in the ballpark of Green Hulks in the MCU. Of course, before Green Hulk gets too mad, of course, which we haven't seen yet, but like a base form Green Hulk, you could say he's in that range of raw anger levels, you would say. Like, even though we haven't seen Red Hulk and Thor clash in muscle or nothing yet, I think it's a fair assumption to assume Red Hulk, based on him cracking vibranium, he's in the same muscle clash with characters like Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and muscle. Like, don't forget that Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe can move mountainous-sized structures. Look how small they are compared to this little ship. And they're, yeah. If we were to assume Red Hulk could do this same strength feat, because we assume he's in the same league as Thor in the MCU, he'll be able to move mountainous-sized structures as well, just like how Thor can. Just like how Green Hulk can match his muscle. If Red Hulk was in the same situation, he would be able to give Thor straining problems like how Green Hulk can. Green Hulk and Red Hulk are very similar, apart from a few differences, like, you know, the Hulk having a strength increase factor, Red Hulk being heat manipulator. Very similar, but some differences. Red Hulk should be able to do the same thing when it comes to Thor and muscle, clashing with his muscle. You get the idea. Yes, I got all this from this one little feat of Red Hulk kind of crushing vibranium a little bit. I got all that from this. Yes, it's that impressive. With one hand. Yeah, MCU Red Hulk can lift millions or billions of tons. I know that's hard to believe, but yeah, this should go for his punches too. The weight of his punches should at least feel like millions or billions of tons falling on your face. I mean, look how he stiff arms this tree out of its roots and slings it at him. He runs through all these trees like a juggernaut. This thick concrete he punches through. Some of this you could say is leg power because he was able to kind of tackle him through a freaking building. He can smack his hands together with so much force, he can make a shockwave to blow down buildings like how he did to a chunk of the White House. If he can crack vibranium, why is building destruction surprising to you? It shouldn't be surprising to you. Marvel is a fictional universe, but it has similar structures to our universe. Like the Washington Monument, we see him do all this damage to. A structure that's an easy solid 80,000 tons. He gashed a big chunk of this. Like, he shakes this big area, like a little mini earthquake here. I still don't think you guys get how crazy vibranium is in this universe.
A meteorite made of vibranium, the strongest substance in the universe.
Vibranium has withstood hits from Mjolnir, god of thunder tier beings that can hit this hard and make shockwaves, y'all. Just let that sink in. I mean, let's be honest. Similar to how Thor can blow up entire cities like Sokovia like this, I don't see why Red Hulk wouldn't be able to do it. He's in his range of raw power, just like Green Hulk. Meaning just like the rest of the powerhouses like Thor and etc. I don't see no reason why he shouldn't be above nuclear bombs as well, by a large margin, with his punches. Since we know Red Hulk is extremely similar to Green Hulk, that would pretty much by default mean he's somewhere in the neighborhood with the powerhouses of the MCU when it comes to how hard he can hit, like Captain Marvel, Thanos. Because, you know, the directors, the people that created Infinity War and Endgame already confirmed that Hulk and Thanos are similar in raw muscle or just raw strength. It's just Thanos had the massive skill gap. Like, imagine two Bruce Lees fighting each other, one Bruce Lee that has no fighting skills and one Bruce Lee that does have fighting skills. Even though they both have similar strength, physicals and everything, speed and everything, one with the way better fighting skills is going to look like he's way stronger because of the skill gap. That's how it is with the Hulk when it comes to Thanos. But in raw muscle, raw punching power and stuff like that, Red Hulk should, I don't see why he wouldn't. He would be up there, the powerhouses like the MCU, like Captain Marvel or Thanos. And just remember when it comes to Captain Marvel, how strong she is. On her own, she couldn't just easily knock out Thanos. Like, the universe was literally in jeopardy right here, right, y'all? If Captain Marvel could have easily knocked him out, she would have, but she couldn't despite the universe being in jeopardy. What does this mean? That lets you know how durable Thanos is in the power hierarchy. As powerful as she is, she can easily knock him out via his durability. This should also give an idea of how durable the Hulks are. You know what I mean? She's a being that can produce so much raw energy or blast power that she's out here reigniting suns, y'all. Like a literal dying star, she could reignite it and make it bright again. Yet she couldn't one-shot Thanos or two-shot him or whatever. She was having major issues knocking him out. What does that say about just like the powerhouses in general of the MCU? It's the same for Hulkish type characters. Red Hulk, Green Hulk, it don't really matter.
Was Thanos only able to beat Hulk because he had the Power Stone, or is he just that powerful?
I would say that he's just that powerful. Thanos is the Genghis Khan of the universe, a very skilled fighter, equally as strong. The more skilled fighter is going to win. Hulk has a moment where he overpowers Thanos, but ultimately Thanos is smarter.
I'm not really getting into a debate on who you think is stronger. That's not really the freaking point. It doesn't matter if you think she's stronger than him. It doesn't matter if you think he's stronger than Red Hulk. That doesn't matter. The fact he's close enough to be within their ballpark. It would be ridiculous if he was only a city buster at best, and he's a powerhouse with them on their level, but everybody's planet busters, but he's the only one that's a city buster. The gap between city buster and planet buster is too wide. So obviously, if they're planet busters, even if one's stronger than the other, he still would have to be a planet buster by default. Like, it don't make no sense no other way. I mean, I'm still technically disrespecting him, considering the Sentry just got introduced in the MCU. He's definitely a planet buster for sure, though. Only the brute powerhouses have the raw muscle to instantly overload vibranium suits. And that's what we see Red Hulk constantly do when it comes to Sam's vibranium wings, instantly charging him up. Look at the weight of these hits. Vibranium is supposed to be vibration absorbent, but he's getting launched back this much. I mean, Red Hulk has to be a powerhouse in the MCU if he's doing this with his bare hands. To vibranium gear, y'all. Vice grip. And you remember when Thanos did this? Thanos had a weapon. He was striking through it. Now, the only time he didn't break through it was during this scene right here when he had like both his wings up like this. But I got a question for y'all. What do y'all think is harder? To punch through this or Captain America's vibranium shield? Like, this is definitely one of the most impressive feats ever. I mean, yeah, he had a very durable weapon, but this still takes a lot of strength to break through the Captain America's shield like this. But Falcon has this material, but he also has Wakandan tech to absorb the impact. So it's really hard to say which one is more impressive. Cracking his helmet like how Red Hulk did or breaking Captain America's vibranium shield like this. Kind of hard to say. But I'll just tell you one thing. Red Hulk did that with his bare hands without no weapon though. Imagine if we ever see Red Hulk or any of the powerhouses box it up with this guy. Like, we know it's going to happen eventually, bro. Like, let's just say like all the powerhouses are star-shattering beings. Like, He's so many times sun-shattering level, it's not even funny, especially based on the Thunderbolts lore in the movie.
Power of 1,000 exploding suns. Power of 1,000 exploding suns. Power of 1,000 exploding suns. Golden guardian of good.
Anyway, without even comparing Red Hulk to this guy yet, just comparing him to Captain Marvel is enough. Star-shattering type being still, even if we just compare him to Captain Marvel's raw power. His hits should be in their neighborhood somewhere. His durability is just as good as his striking power. Literally like every Hulk. Shooting bullets at him is a waste of time. There's like 1 million cases of this in this movie. No, shooting him in the face or the eye won't matter. Even super guns like this, it doesn't matter. These can't even pierce him. Even Sam Wilson's little mini bullets that are shooting at him don't work. I mean, it's proven he can take what he can dish is when he punched Sam this hard and it charged up his wing and Sam pierced him with all his kinetic energy he already pushed at him and it caused an explosion this big. Yeah, all this is basically Red Hulk's strength because it just getting directed back at him. It's like him hitting himself. There's stuff you wouldn't catch if you didn't analyze this deeply like I do. This happens in comics. There's nothing wrong with Vibranium stabbing into Hulk beings. Never been the biggest fan of it, but hey, it's the strongest metal ever. But it can cut Red Hulk, you see, right? And you see these cuts, right? Notice that later on in the same fight, when you look at the Red Hulk's back, I don't see no cuts no more. You look on his back, there's no cuts. Sam basically had to make new cuts on his back because the old ones were gone. That is showing off his healing factor. You can see him here on this angle with the cuts that he just got. But notice by the end of the fight, look at these same cuts on his back. Notice how they look kind of dried up and gone. Like you can kind of see it still closing up, but it's basically healed up. Like they're showing off his healing factor on purpose. And of course, we didn't get to see much of this. There's clear implications. He has heat manipulation, just like the comic. He's smoky. You can see the vapor melting off his clothes. His skin radiates intense heat, burning everything he touches. Crazy part is that he can only go up from here. Imagine him actually knowing what he's doing in his Hulk mode with his military training and knowledge. I mean, people forget he's technically a trained fighter. We just don't see him fight much. This is more than likely just the beginning of Red Hulk. What do you guys think? Is he strong? But before I get going, y'all, I want to thank you all for the donations. Respect Red Hulk in the MCU. X-Men vs. Avengers crossover? I don't know. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button and I will see you guys later.